Hi, everybody. With all of the sort of craziness in the news today and all the shootings and all the really terrible things that are going on in the world, I really want to have a really brief discussion on physical access to your facilities, offices, closets, data centers, really any area of your facility. Much like my last conversation from Wednesday, I'd like to put a little bit of a bug in your ear about securing physical facilities, including any rooms that really need to be secure. I think most often when we're thinking about physical security, we're thinking about a data center, a computer room, but we're not thinking about other areas of consequence. You know, whether they're areas that a malicious individual can just come into a facility through a lobby, a shared door, or whether we're talking about places where it might not be related to some form of physical attack with a weapon of some sort, but we're talking about things like legal departments, executive offices, areas where your master keys might be stored, and all those sorts of places that we need to be concerned about if someone is looking for content or looking maybe to steal a computer or to do whatever the nefarious purpose might be. If you are locked down, I think the next question from my perspective is, are you documenting any access and reviewing access logs for anyone that you've provided that access for, right? I think as many people know, I used to work in the loss prevention field before I got into corporate IT. Malicious insider threats are a very real thing. So I'm wondering, are you looking for outliers and reviewing those logs to make sure that people are accessing those areas when you're expecting them to access those areas? And I'm not saying don't trust. I'm saying trust but verify. And that comes from many, many years of experience with some insider threat things. Finally, I'd really love to see a show of hands or maybe some thumbs up on how many folks that are watching this video have a policy on tailgating. And if you have that policy, is your cybersecurity or your physical security department, wherever that may live, maybe within facilities, are they running tests to ensure that tailgating isn't occurring? This is a thing I find really difficult because a lot of times folks say, hey, just put a policy out there that says, don't allow people to walk in behind you. They need to badge in also. I won't say where, but a business that I do business with, from a personal perspective, has a policy like that. It doesn't ever happen, right? How many people are willing to say to another human this day and age, hey, don't follow me in, badge yourself in? It's an uncomfortable conversation. I have it on a regular basis. But again, I'm used to doing so, from my time in loss prevention and time in cybersecurity. But is your company running tests to make sure that that isn't occurring? I think a good fix for a lot of this is a single point of entry, right? With a man trap or some form of badge access system that only allows a single employee through. But let's be real about it, right? That's what a lot of the textbooks say. It's not always feasible. If you've got a campus that's, 1 mile square, might not be feasible to secure that large number of potential entrances to facilities. And we all know that we've got egress points for fire safety and those sorts of things. So there are outliers there. But I'm interested in how folks are handling their physical security requirements. So if you think you've got a great handle on physical security, and I'm not just talking about videotaping someone breaking into your facility, I'd love to see it in the comments below and share it with folks. No need to say where you're coming from. Just let me know how you handle a scenario where maybe you've got a campus that's a mile by a mile square, and let us know how you're taking care of it. Thanks for watching. I hope we all have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.